Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening. I think I'm audible to all of you guys. Let me know in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, hi, gaming activated. Yeah, hi, Shreyash. Thank you guys for your confirmation. Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi, Ashish. Hi, guys. Okay, so finally I am live and everything is fine, I guess, from my end. Please confirm me in the chat if my voice is audible, my screen is visible. I am also visible. Everything is fine from your end, guys. Because this would be a complete project implementation. So I want you to see it with me, okay, till the end. And for this, I need a confirmation. Everything is fine for your end or not, from your end or not. Let me know. And I think today is your off day. It's Sunday, right? So yeah, I think we can utilize our Sunday by learning something new. And I think this will help you a lot if you are learning these kinds of concept. Okay, everything is fine. That is great. Okay, so guys, in this video, we'll be implementing one multi-agent AI application. And I think you have already seen the title, okay, of this application. Let me show you again. The application name would be AgentWriter AI. So this is going to be a real-time multi-agent blog writing platform. Okay. Now, don't think like this would be a simple blog writing platform. Okay. I mean, the way we create any kinds of blog generation, it's not like that. This would be completely different. Okay. Why I'm telling this would be completely different? Because the way we'll be implementing this particular platform and the way we'll be developing the entire system, this would be completely in advanced level. And here we'll try to utilize some amazing technology. Okay. So I think you have already seen my playlist, right? Agentic AI playlist. If you're continuously following my playlist, I think you saw like last video I updated about the subgraphs, right? LangGraph subgraphs. So there I told you this subgraphs we need it for the multi-agent AI system development. Okay. So here we'll try to use this subgraph concept today inside our entire development, and the quality, the way actually we'll be generating the blog, right? The quality we'll try to keep inside the blog. You can directly use this particular blog and you can upload on any blog writing platform. Okay. So how many of you are interested in blog writing, guys? Let me know. See, first of all, I'm going to show you the benefit. Okay. Let's say if you are implementing this project, by this project, how you can earn. Okay. So first of all, this perspective I'll try to discuss. Then I'll go with the project architecture discussion and implementation part. But first of all, see, this is kinds of real-time project we are implementing here. It's not a DOI project or dummy project, because by this project only you can earn something. Okay, so if you are also interested in writing blog, guys, like me, I usually like to write blog, right, on different platform. One of the platform I mostly like called Medium, right? So, and we already know, right, Medium is having almost all kinds of blog, right? Whenever you are looking for any kinds of latest technology or latest concept, so first website I think you think in your mind which is like nothing but Medium, because here you will get all kinds of article, all kinds of blog, right? And one thing you will see that people are continuously posting different blog, different articles, okay, and so on. And they're not posting these are the things as free, right? There is a reason actually they're continuously doing this kinds of work. Okay. Why? What is the reason? The reason is they're earning from these kinds of blog, right? Whenever, let's say, they're publishing this blog and we are reading, we are voting, we're liking, right? They're getting something called monetized, right? Let me show you one thing. I searched on Google, how much can I earn by writing blog on Medium? Now see, Google says earning on Medium range weekly from a few dollars a month to thousands. On average, writer earn roughly $10 to $98 per 1000 views. Let's say you have published a blog and you are getting 1000 views, you can earn up to $98, which is not bad, I think, right? Only you are uploading one blogs and you are getting 1000 views and you are earning $98. If you convert this $98 to Indian rupees, I think this is enough amount of money we are getting, right? Then while top writers can make up to $2,000 to $10,000 per month, most writer make less than $100 monthly. It's based on your, let's say, availability on this medium, because if you are planning for a blog, right, you have to do lots of things. You have to do lots of research, right? After doing the research, you have to write the blog, you have to revise each and everything, they'll be publishing one blog. So this is like very long term process if I want to publish a blog, right? So why not we can automate this process by using the AI, right? We can implement a agentic AI platform. We can implement a agentic system. That agentic system will just only take the topic. Let's say you want to write the blog, and the entire draft would be ready. Okay, the entire draft would be ready. It would be completely ready to post. You just need to copy and post over the medium and just publish it. Okay, only you just need to do this part. Okay, you can also automate this process. Let's say after writing the blog, you can automatically publish over the medium, but for this you need to take their developer API keys, subscription. This part I haven't added inside my development because it involves actually lots of process. That's why actually I'm skipping this part. But if you're interested, you can also automate this process. Let's say after your draft is ready, what you can do, you can directly upload on the Medium website. So I think every platform is having their developer API or developer, let's say, documentation version or API version, right? So you can contact with them, you can get their API, and with the help of the API, you can access the platform. Okay, you can publish the blog, you can update their blog, okay, you can delete your blog, everything is possible. Okay. Yeah. Hi, AI engineer. Good morning. Okay. So yes, that's why actually I'll be implementing this project, because I feel like this would be very helpful. Those who are interested in blog writing, at least. If you're not interested also, guys, you can start writing this kinds of thing, because with the help of that, you can earn something, right? You can also contribute to the community. You can earn something. You can also, let's say, increase your face value, right? So that's how you can at least start by doing these kinds of activities. Okay, I want you to do that. Okay, so that's why I have taken this example, this blog writing like project example. We'll be implementing a agentic writer AI platform. There we'll try to only pass the blog topic. Okay, pass the blog topic, and what will happen, entire blog would be ready. Okay, we'll just only copy and paste over the Medium website, and we just need to just publish it. Okay, yeah, that's it. So let me give you the application overview, at least application demo. I can show you the demo of this application, how this application will work. And see, here we'll be creating a planning agent. It's not a simple agent. Okay, so previously whatever agent we have created, this was not planning agent. Why I'm telling it as a planning agent? Because if you open the ChatGPT and if you give a prompt, you will see that first of all it will do some plan, right? Let's say you are telling you need to find a bug in my code. So to find the bug, first of all, it will divide that particular goal as a task, different plan, right? And one by one, all the plan would be executed, and you will be able to find your bug inside the program, right? So this is called planning agent. But previously, whatever agent we have created here, this was not a planning agent. This agent was like completely, let's say, straightforward. We are only giving one particular task, and it was completing that process, right? But here we'll be creating the planning agent. So first of all, let's try to understand what is planning agent. As you can see, here I have already written. Here we'll be implementing planning agent. A planning agent is an AI agent that does not immediately jump to the answering or acting. Instead, it first creates the structured plan of what needs to be done, then execute that plan step by step. Okay, this is called planning agent. So that's why I'm telling you this application is not a simple application. This is very advanced application. We'll be try to develop with the help of LangGraph, SubGraph, and FastAPI, and we'll also use some other technologies as well. Okay, completely end-to-end we'll try to develop here. And here we'll try to use open source large language model. You don't need to buy any kinds of subscription, guys. Okay, I will be utilizing all of the open source model, open source tool. You can implement along with me. Okay, so see, this is the interface of this application. I hope you like this interface. I created this interface. And again, if you are not familiar with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, no need to worry. You can generate these kinds of templates from ChatGPT or Gemini. Anywhere you can just give a prompt, I need this kinds of user interface. It will give you the HTML, CSS code. But in company, there would be other let's say front-end developer team. They will basically take care. These are the front-end interface for you, right? But as a agentic AI engineer, we have to know the workflow implementation, how we can build the entire agentic workflow with the help of LangGraph. Okay, we have to know this part. So first of all, let me show you how the entire system will work. So this is the entire system, guys. As you can see, here you can give the topic name. Let's say here I will give a topic. Let's say here I have given latest practical development in open source AI agents, or let's say I will give this one, design a production ready RAG system with PostgreSQL and LangGraph. Okay, let's say this is my topic for the blog. Let's say I want to publish a blog regarding that, regarding a production ready RAG system with Postgres and LangGraph. Okay, now if I want to do this process, first of all, what I have to do, guys, let's say if I'm doing it manually, then what I have to do, let's say I want to write this blog on the Medium website, right? First of all, what I have to do, what is the basic blog writing process? I think you know, right? So let me show you the basic simple blog publishing process is, first of all, you will be choosing a topic, right? First of all, you have to choose a topic. Let's say the topic we have chosen this one, a production ready RAG system with Postgres and LangGraph. So here you have to choose a topic. Okay, and you have to also study about the topic, if this topic is available already over the Medium or not. If it is available, you don't need to take that. Okay, you have to take any other, let's say, topic that time. Then once you've got the topic, you have to do the basic research. That means you will be collecting accumulate information, example, screenshot, statistics, or code related to the topic. And again, it needs lots of manual, let's say, time. Okay, manual observation. Then once you got the research, then you will be creating an outline. In the outline, you will try to plan for the blog sections such as introduction, main points, step-by-step guide, and conclusion. So if I search any kinds of blog, let's say I'm searching TensorFlow in Python, median blog. Let's say I'm searching a blog. If I show you this blog, you will see that all of the blog will have the title and the step-by-step subtitle. Subtitle means this is called as a section, blog section. Let's say this is a section. Here they have explained about this section. This is another section. Again, they have added this particular section. And if it is necessary, they will add the they will add the code. They will add the image. Okay, so that's how they will complete the entire blog, right? By adding the section. Okay, it's not like that you will only create a paragraph and you will try to publish. It's not like that. Whenever you are creating the blog, that time you have to take care about the title, subsections, okay, image, code, each and everything, even sources as well. Let's say why you are referring the image, this source you can add. Okay, if user is clicking on the source, it will redirect to that particular page. Okay, so these kinds of information you have to put inside your blog. Then people will feel like this is a trusted blog and they will start giving the like, they will follow you, and you will be earning good amount of money from your blog, right? Okay, so yeah, I will answer all of your question, guys. Just give me some time. First of all, let me explain my topic, then I'll clarify all of your doubt. Okay, and if you like my content, guys, please try to subscribe to my channel. I need your support only. Please try to subscribe to my channel and hit the like, and please try to share this with your friends and family, all of you. Okay, so I will bring these kinds of implementation, I mean regular basis. We'll try to implement new projects. Okay, every week we'll try to implement, and I think you will be learning a lot. Already we are continuing with our complete agentic AI playlist, okay, on my channel, and this project is a part of that particular playlist. Okay, so if you want to implement this project, guys, if you don't know about anything about agentic AI, please try to go through my entire agentic AI course. It is already available in my video description. First of all, complete, then start implementing this kinds of project. Otherwise you will get difficulties for sure. Okay, but if you're okay with the concept, then you can continue, guys. Okay, perfect. So this is the entire blog writing step. So after creating the outline, okay, blog section, each and everything, you will be writing the blog, right? You will try to write the draft. Then after that, you will try to improve that. You will try to check the grammar. Okay, then you will see whether everything is fine or not. Okay, you will try to improve that. Then if image is required or code is required, you will try to add that inside the blog. Then you will be choosing a publishing platform if you are willing to post it over the WordPress, Medium, okay, Hashnote. You can choose a platform, you can post there. Preview and publish. Before posting, you just need to preview, okay, then publish, then promote the blog. After publishing the blog, you have to share over your social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can share so that people can get to know. Then update it later whenever it is required. Let's say one library got changed and you want to upgrade that particular version inside a blog, you can do that, right? So why not, we can automate the entire process. But see, publishing blog and update it later, I'm not adding this part in this particular development, because for this I need a Medium API key, okay, and I don't have this Medium API key. That's why I'm not able to automate this process. But till here I'll try to automate, okay, till here I'll try to automate. I'll show you how we can just give a topic and my entire blog would be generated. You just need to download and post over the Medium website, and you can start earning on top of that. Okay, perfect. Now let's try to see the demo of the application. So let's say here I have given a topic. The topic name is design a production ready rack system with PostgreSQL and LangGraph. Now see, if I just click on the run agent, you will see that automatically my agent will start running, and now it is analyzing the request first of all. Okay, now whenever it is doing the analyze the request, that means it is trying to understand whether for this particular let's say input, do I need to do the internet search or not. Okay, so see, for internet search operation, whatever step it needs to perform, what are the topic it needs to search, okay, it has added each and everything. Okay, it has added each and everything. Now it is doing the internet search operation, because this is not a simple agent we have created. This is only not relying on the LLM knowledge base. This has also the tool, internet search tool. It can search over the internet and it can get the latest information about that particular topic, and it will prepare the blog for you. Okay, now see, this is planning step by step. This is planning like we saw in ChatGPT, right, or any other agentic AI system. So this is the beauty of this particular agent. This is not a simple agent anymore. This is planning agent. Okay, now let me show you. After doing this research operation, it will also plan for the agent. Okay, agent task. I'll show you this task as well. For each and every section, it will do the plan. Let's say to create this particular blog, how many section it needs. Each and every section title it will generate, and with the help of multi-agent system, it will write all of this section in parallel. Okay, this process I'll show you. Now see, research is done. Now it is creating the article plan. Okay, now planning is happening. Now let me show you how many plans it will try to generate. Now see, it has generated 8 plan, okay, 8 section for this particular blog. The first section will cover understand the requirement for the rack system. Second section, it is choose a suitable PostgreSQL schema design. That's how it has generated till 8. Okay, now see, each and every section is working by my multi-agent system in parallel. See, it's not like that after completing this will work. It is running in parallel. Okay, here 8 agents are working together. Okay, 8 agents are working together. Now how it will get to understand whether I have to use 8 agents or 9 agents? Automatically, the way I have created, it will automatically understand how many agents it needs to work on, right? So here my plan has generated total 8. That means 8 agents are working in parallel. See, and every agents is generating this kinds of subtopic for me. Okay, so once all of the agent execution will be completed, you will be able to see the final blog here. Let me show you. Now my writing is done. Now it is combining all of the section, okay, in a one place. It is assembling. See, it is merging the section and planning useful visuals. Now if it needs any kinds of visuals, let's say any kinds of images, okay, it will generate and add inside the blog. and it will merge all of the content, then your final blog would be ready. Let me show you. So this is the beauty. This is called planning agent, guys. Okay, this is not a simple agent anymore. Now once merging is done, you will be able to see the final blog. Now see, your final blog is ready, guys. Okay, this is the preview of the blog. You can go through the blog and you can see the quality of the blog. Again, I'm using free model, right? And you know that free model has some limitation, token limitation. So maybe you won't be getting the detail, let's say, discussion for each and every topic here. But if you're using any premium model, at least their premium subscription, let's say if you're using Grok premium subscription or OpenAI premium subscription, if you are accessing premium model, you will be getting some good result, okay, from this particular section. So here I'm using free model. That's why my response should be a little bit limited. Okay. Yeah. Now, but you can see the quality of this block. This is the subsection. Again, it has explained about that. Then it has also given how to set up that part. Okay. In LangGraph. Okay. See. Okay. See. Each and everything it has added. Okay. Amazing, right? Now, if I want to see the markdown format, I can click on the markdown and I can see the markdown format of that particular block. Even if you want, you can directly download it. So there is a download section. If I click on the download, it will download as a MD file, markdown file. Even you can copy that, okay, and you can paste it somewhere, and you can open up your Medium. Now you can start writing the blog. You just click on the write, okay, and just try to copy from your blog section and just try to complete here and publish it. Okay, once you publish it, your blog would be ready and you will be able to start earning from your blog. Okay. But yeah, initially, whenever you are creating the new accounts, that time definitely you have to wait for some times, because you have to basically take the Medium partnership program. Okay, so there are some actually there are some actually requirement you have to fill up. Okay, once you fill up this requirement, you will be getting Medium partner program plan, and after that you can start earning from the Medium. Okay. Like YouTube. Okay, YouTube also has a, like, let's say partnership program, right? By the ad revenue, YouTube gives some money. So that's how Medium also has the same revenue format. They will give you this Medium partner program plan, and you can start earn from that only. This is the idea. Okay. Now let's say I'll give another topic. You can give another topic. Let's say I'll give this one. Explain LangGraph subgraphs with practical multi-agent example. Okay, so I'll simply again click on run, or you can also take a new article and you can give the topic. You can also write, even I have also given some example topic. You can also put your own topic here. Now if I click on run agent, again my agent will start analyzing the request. It will understand whether research should be done or not. Okay, if not, it will create the plan. Okay, step by step, all of this execution would be happening automatically. Okay, and if you want to automate this process, if you want to publish this blog, only you just need to add another agent. That agent will automatically connect with the Medium and it will publish that particular blog. For this, you need a Medium API key subscription. Okay, but I don't have it. That's why I haven't added this particular part here. So how is this application, guys? Did you like it? So those who are interested in blog writing, guys, this application should be very much helpful for you. Okay, now see, my plan is ready. Now it is generating step by step all of the section. Now see, 5 section has generated right now, and 5 agents are working in parallel right now. Even it is also understanding the category. The audience would be fit those who are developer. Okay, format is explainer, tone is technical. Okay, automatically it is trying to understand. Now see, once all the subsection has generated, now it is assembling, that means merging the section, and it will add the image if it is necessary. All the code, visuals, everything it will try to add. But visual you won't be able to see right now, because actually I was using Gemini free model, Gemini image generation model, the free subscription plan, and I already actually occupied the limit. That's why image I'm not able to generate. But if you want to generate, you have to take the Gemini actually subscription. Okay, from the Google AI Studio. You have to take the Gemini subscription plan, and you can access the image generation model, and you can generate the image. Already the code I have added, I'll show you the code. If you want to generate, you have to take the premium subscription, guys, okay, for the image generation. Okay, see, it's done. Now see, it has also added the sources. See, from here it is referring. From here it is referring. It has also added the sources. Okay, now see, all of the things it has added. The code example also it has added. Okay, sources, debugging, observability tips, each and everything it has added. But if you're using premium model, this output should be more good, more detailed. Okay, more detail. But I'm using free model, that's why some limitation are there. Yeah, so yeah, this is the application, guys. We'll try to develop through this entire live session. Make sure you watch till the end, you be with me, and after watching this particular session, you can also implement by yourself. I will share all of the code in my description. From there you can download and you can set up in your system, and definitely you can run, you can build this kinds of system in future. And the main part we'll be learning here, this subgraph concept, like how we can use the subgraph to create this kinds of multi-agent system. Okay, so perfect, guys. So first of all, let's try to understand the architecture of this project. So this is the architecture, guys. As you can see, I have created a high level architecture. So definitely it will have the user interface. Okay, I think you saw the user interface. This is the user interface of this application. So here user will pass a topic, and what we have to do, we have to take this topic from the front end. Okay, and from the front end development, you can use any kinds of framework. You are using React, Next.js, TypeScript. Okay, whatever you are using, it's completely fine. But here I have used HTML and CSS and a little bit of JavaScript to create the front end part. And we have created the entire backend with the help of FastAPI. I think you know FastAPI is a production grade web application development framework in Python. And here we have created some route. Okay, and this route is communicating with my front end. So whenever, let's say, I'm giving a topic and clicking on this button, it is hitting a route. That route is calling my workflow. Okay, automatically my content is getting generated. After that, I'm calling another route to show this in as a visual. Okay, that's how it is communicating through the API request. I think you know, if you understand about the FastAPI, I think you know how this system is working here. Now in the FastAPI, guys, you can see here I'm using the LangGraph orchestrator, the entire LangGraph workflow. So here we are creating multiple agent, router agent, research agent, plan agent, writer agent, reducer agent. Okay, image generation agent. Okay, review agent, each and everything we are creating. And it is also using some external services like Tably Search. And here we are using open source Llama model. Okay, Llama 3.3 or 3.1, whatever you need, you can use here. But this part, actually, I will suggest you go with a premium model. Here I was using Grok free model. Okay, free model, and I was having some problem with the Grok API. That means this API also has some limitation. If you cross the limitation, you won't be able to access the model. So what I did, I replaced with the Ollama. And you know that in Ollama, you can access all of the open source model in local, right? Just to show you, I used Ollama and I also used Grok. Both I will show you. But if you're doing for the actual purpose, that time you can replace this project with a premium subscription plan. Either you can use OpenAI model, either you can use Grok subscription plan. Okay, anything we can use here. Then we are also using image generation model for the image generation. And mostly I'm using here Gemini model. Okay, Gemini image generation model. And again, you have to take the Gemini subscription if you want to generate the image. You can also use the free plan, but free plan has some limitation. After 5 to 6 image, actually it will tell you don't have any limit. Okay, yeah. And we have created the entire state checkpointer in the Postgres server, Postgres database. We are using Postgres database to save the entire checkpoints and the state memory. Okay, and yeah, this is the entire architecture, guys, for this particular project we'll try to develop. And see, let me also tell you about the workflow. We'll try to implement the LangGraph workflow here, the agent workflow, how this agent will work. First of all, let's try to understand this part. See here, what is happening? User is giving a topic. Okay, so first of all, user will provide a topic name here for the blog, right? And this topic will go to the router node. First of all, this is the node, right? This is a workflow, LangGraph workflow. I think you already know about LangGraph workflow. In my playlist, I already covered this particular part, right? So it will first of all go to the okay, it will first of all go to the router node. And what this router node does, basically it decides, okay, is decides whether this particular topic needs research or not. Okay, research or not. Okay, research or not means, let's say here I'm giving generate a blog about, let's say, FastAPI in Python. Now let me know this information is available in my knowledge base or not, LLM knowledge base or not. Let's say here I'm using Llama model. Okay, Llama large language model. And you know, for an agent, LLM is required as a brain, right? And I'm giving a topic. What topic? FastAPI in Python. So this topic is available over the Llama or not? Tell me. In the Llama model knowledge base, it is available. Definitely it's available, right? When they trained the Llama model, this information was available over the internet. So this is available. That time router will tell research should not be done. That means there is a variable I'll try to create called need research. Okay, so if research is required, I'll return it as a true. Otherwise, I'll return as a false. Okay, if research is not required, I'll return as a false. If research is required, I'll return as a true. This is the idea, guys. Okay, now let's say I've given a topic FastAPI in Python. This doesn't need any kinds of research. That time what will happen? This topic will go to directly to my orchestrator node. Okay, and what orchestrator node does, basically it generate the plan. Okay, generate the plan. Plan means this section. This is your blog section. Let's say for FastAPI in Python, what are the subsection is required? Okay, let's say this is a subsection. This is another subsection. This is another subsection. This is another subsection. Okay, this is the entire plan for this blog, right? So my orchestrator will try to generate the plan for that particular blog. Okay, and let's say in some case research is required. Let's say I'm tell me about the latest, or let's say write a blog about the latest let's say what I can say, latest technology. Okay, now definitely to get the latest technology, it has to do the research. And in the research node, I already integrated this particular agent with the Tably search tool. And you know what Tably search does? It do the internet search operation and it finds the latest relevant information and it returns, right? So in my research node, I have added the Tably search tool. So whenever research is required, it will first of all use the Tably. It will get the latest information. Then this information will go to the orchestrator as a evidence. Okay. So basically the latest information I'm getting, okay, as a evidence with the sources, I'll give to my orchestrator and I'll tell my orchestrator, now you have the latest information as evidence. You also have the sources. Now you just need to generate the plan for that. Okay. And what this research is also doing, to do the Tably search operation, what are the topic it has to search, it will also generate that particular plan. Like I showed you here, right? So whenever, let's say, I think I showed you this part. Let me show you again. Let's say I will search for this particular topic. Now see, it is analyzing the request. Now it is going to the router node. Okay, now router node is deciding whether it has to do the internet search or not. See, it has to do the internet search operation. Now see, it is generating some search keyword. See, this is called search title. Now these are the topic it has to search over the internet to get the evidence about the topic, right? So this is basically happening here in the research node. Research node is generating the topic which it needs to search over the Tably, over the Google, right? And every topic will try to search, it will get the response as evidence and it will pass to the orchestrator. And orchestrator will try to generate the plan. What plan? So in this section, I think the plan you saw, that means this subsection, it will generate this particular plan for that particular block, right? This is the entire idea. I think you are getting, guys. Yes or no? Tell me. Till here, everything is fine. Everything is clear. Till orchestrator, how things are working. Till orchestrator is fine, guys. Okay, great. And please hit the like, all of you. I want you to hit the like if you're liking the session, guys. I want you to hit the like, all of you. I can see so many people are watching. Please hit the like, all of you. And if you have any question, don't worry, I will clarify all of your question. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, great. Now let's come to the worker node. Okay, now see, this is the automated worker node we'll try to develop in this agent. That means it is generating some kinds of plan. Okay, what is the plan? This subsection. Now to generate a block, how many subsections are required? I don't know, right? That means whatever my orchestrator is returning me, let's say orchestrator has returned me 10 subsection, 10 title plan, right? Section plan. Now this worker node will automatically assign 10 different agent. Let's say this is agent 1, agent 2, agent 3, like that. 10 different agent would be automatically assigned, and each of the topic, okay, let's say 10 different topic plan it has generated. Each of the topic will assign to the with respect to their agent. Okay, let's say for 10 topic, 10 agent will be working in parallel. Instead of using only one agent, I think you know, if I'm using only one agent, the quality of the output would be poor, right? But if I'm using multi-agent, the quality of the output would be very good, and it can also generate that particular things very fast, because we know that multi-agent runs in parallel. Okay, multi-agent runs in parallel. That means this agent will work independently, this agent will work independently, this agent will work independently. All of the agent will work independently. Okay, that's why I showed you here, right? Whenever it was generating this content, right? Number 1 is generating, and you saw number 6 is generating. In between, it is getting stopped, right? Because it is running in parallel. It's not like that. First of all, number 1 will generate, then number 2. It's not like that. I have given the task to all of the agent as a parallel, as individually, and they are working in parallel to complete them. Okay, now worker will assign 10 different agents. Let's say my generate plan is 8 different title I have generated. Now 8 agent would be assigned. Okay, now all of the agent will give their generated content. Let's say this will give you content 1, this will give me content 2, this will give me content 3, this will give me content 4, and so on. Now I'll go to the next node, which is my reducer. And what reducer does, I think you know, right? In my LangGraph session, I told you what reducer does. Reducer basically merge the content. That means whatever content you are getting from agent 1, agent 2, agent 3, you will try to merge them in just one section. Okay, this is called reducing or merging. Okay, adding operation. And after merging, this reducer does another thing, which is the image integration. Image integration. If it needs any kinds of image, again it will call another workflow. That workflow will generate the image. And here we'll try to use the SubGraph concept. Instead of using this agent only, I'll create another workflow, and this workflow I'll call from my reducer only. This is called SubGraph. I told you, right, in my last video. What is SubGraph? I told you. SubGraph means you can add a workflow. Okay, workflow as a node. Okay, let's say you can create two different workflow, two different graph, and you can use them inside another graph. This is called SubGraph. Okay, and once everything is done, we'll try to show the final block. Okay, like here we are showing the final block. See, after merging, after generating the visuals, we're showing the final block, and we are using this particular final block. Did you get it, guys? The entire architecture, the entire workflow, how things are working. Now, if you understand this, implementing this agent would be very easy for you. Okay, we'll try to follow this architecture, this workflow, and step by step, we'll try to develop. And don't worry, the way I'm going to develop, I'll try to understand. First of all, I'll try to implement in my Jupyter notebook. Then at last, I'll try to convert as my modular coding. Then I'll try to create the application. Okay, but first of all, we'll do the experiment over the Jupyter notebook. I think we are comfortable with Jupyter notebook, right? I know that. First of all, we'll try to write everything in the Jupyter notebook. Once everything is working fine, we'll try to convert as our actual application. This is the entire idea. Okay, great. So before I start, guys, implementing this particular project, first of all, I'll try to complete the setup. Okay, that means we'll try to create the GitHub repository. After that, we'll try to create the environment. We'll do the database setup. Okay. We'll do some additional tool setup like PostgreSQL server setup. We'll also set up our Olama. Each and everything we'll try to set up. After that, we'll try to start the development. Okay. So I think I have given you the introduction and architecture overview, workflow overview. Now let's start with the setup part. So for this project, first of all, I'm going to create a GitHub repo, guys. So please open up your GitHub and create a new repository, all of you. I'll create a new repository. I'm going to name it as AgentWriter AI. Okay. Now I'll make it as public so that you can see this repository. I'll add the README file. I'll add the .git ignore. Let's say I'll be using the Python programming, and license wise, I'll take this, let's say Apache license. Okay. You can take any license. It's up to you. Once it is done, I'll try to create the repository here. Okay. Now I'll click on the code, copy this link address, and I'll open up my local folder, and here I'll open up my terminal and I'll clone it here. So git clone. Paste the link. So it has already cloned. As you can see, AgentWriter AI is available. Now I'm going to go inside the folder. I'm going to do cd, that means change directory to AgentWriter. Okay, AgentWriter AI. And now I'm inside this particular folder. Now here I'm going to open up my Visual Code Studio. Now let me zoom the screen so that everyone can see that. Now, first of all, I'll write all of this step you have to follow to set up your environment. Let me just show you. Just a minute. Okay, so first of all, we'll try to create the environment. So here, let me add this step. How to run. First step, you have to create the environment. Or you have to clone my repository, right? So how to clone? For this, this is the command you have to use. So git clone, and you have to copy paste this URL. Okay. After that, you have to create an environment. So, okay, navigate to the project directory, cd AgentWriter AI. Then after that, you have to create the environment. So create virtual environment. So what is the command to create the virtual environment? Either you can use UV package manager, either you can use Conda, it's up to you. I'll just use Conda create -n. Okay. I'll give it as AgentWriter. Python, I'll use 3.11. And -y, I'll give the yes permission. Okay. Once my environment is created, I'll try to activate the environment. Okay. Then I'll install the requirement.txt. Okay. Then I'll run my app.py. 6. Run the application. Python app.py. Here my endpoint should be app.py, the FastAPI server. Okay. So this is the entire step. Let me show you the preview. So this is the entire step, guys, you have to follow to run this project. Okay. Okay. So here some extra space is coming. Just a minute. Now I think it's fine. Now let's try to copy the command one by one and let's set up the project. So first of all, I'll copy this command to create the environment and execute in my terminal. Yeah, hi everyone. Hi. Now after that, I'll try to activate the environment. Then here we'll try to create a requirement file, and I'll try to add all of the requirements I need here. Let me show you the requirements I need to create this project. I already listed down all of the requirement, guys. So these are the requirement you need to install. Okay, you have to install the LangGraph, LangChain Grok. So here initially I started creating this project with the help of Grok. I think you know Grok is a LLM provider. Grok, right? Grok is a LLM provider. But if you are using their free API key, right, there are some limit. Okay. So they have the playground. You can see there are some different models are available. See, different models are available. So I'm using the Llama model here. But if you are using their API key, they are having some API limit. So basically, if you hit this uh, model, you have to give very few token as an input. If you are giving more tokens, that time this is getting crashed. That means it is telling you don't have the limit to use this particular free model. For this, you have to take the subscription plan. Okay, so that's why what I did, I install Olama in my system. Okay, I think you know what is Olama. Olama download. You can simply search over internet Olama download. So Olama is a service. Basically, if you install Olama in your operating system, it can support Mac OS, Linux, and Windows, all the system. You can access all of the open source model in your local only. Okay, you don't need to pay for that, and it doesn't need any kinds of API key. So just to run the project and just to show you the alternative, I install Olama. But if you are creating this project in actual, right, that time please try to take the Grok subscription. Either you can take the OpenAI subscription, but I feel OpenAI subscription would be more than Grok subscription. So I'll suggest you take the Grok premium subscription and Gemini premium subscription. Okay, there is another website called Google AI Studio. So here you have to take the premium subscription to use the image generation model. If you want to continuously generate the image, okay, that time you have to take this Gemini subscription plan. Okay, so these are the premium subscription you need it later on if you want to convert this project in your actual, let's say, project. Okay, but if you want to only run it for the learning purpose, that time the free resources is fine. We can utilize these are the services. Okay, so that's why you can see Olama I am also installing from LangChain, Google Generative AI for accessing the Gemini model. Okay, this part I have added. Then LangChain community, LangChain Tabili. Okay, so Tabili will be using for the internet search operation. And here we'll be using Postgres database. So for Postgres, actually, we need these are the libraries. To manage my environment variable, I need python.env. Tabili, I told you about Tabili. Request to hit the different API request. LangGraph checkpoint for Postgres to save the checkpoint in my Postgres database. FastAPI for the application development, backend development, and Uvicorn and Jinja is the dependency package for the FastAPI. Okay, so these are the packages you have to install if you want to create this particular project. Okay, now let me install them. So I'll copy this command pip install -r requirement.txt and I'll execute from my terminal. Heck, Gemini also gives the free API, but free API has some limit. You can't generate up to 5 to 6 images. Okay, if you generate up to 5 to 6 images, your limit would be over. That time you have to take the premium subscription. That is what I'm telling you. So both option I'm keeping. Okay, so let's wait. Once the installation is complete, then we'll set up other thing as well. Okay, in between I'll create another file called .env. So here I'll try to add all of the let's say environment variable related API key. Okay. And here we'll try to also integrate another platform, which is LangSmith. Okay, LangSmith for tracing our application. Okay, so this is the LangSmith platform. So here you just need to log in. I already have the account. I'll just try to log in with my account. So this is the dashboard. Okay, and initially I also traced some of the application here, monitored some of the application here. Okay, fine. So yeah, so I think my requirement installation is complete and all of the package successfully I have installed. Now let's create the folder structure first of all. Like how many folders and file I need. First of all, I'll try to create here. So here you need a file called app.py definitely. Okay. Then I'll create a folder called notebooks. Inside that, I'll try to write all of my Jupyter notebooks. And I need also this .env file inside the notebooks folder also. Yeah. Then I need one folder. Folder name is template. Because I want to use FastAPI and we'll be using HTML, CSS, right, to create the user interface. And you know that FastAPI use this templates folder to access the HTML file. Okay, inside that, I'm going to create a file called index.html. Okay, and I need another file called static. So inside that, I'm going to keep my CSS and JavaScript code. So inside that, I'm going to create two more folder. One is CSS and one more folder I have to create inside static, which is JavaScript. Let's create. I'm going to name it as JS. Okay. Now I'll be creating some files here inside that. In CSS folder, I'm going to create a file called CSS or style.css. Style.css. Yeah. And in JavaScript, I'm going to create a file called app.js. Okay. Yeah. Now, apart from that, I need my backend file, backend.py, and I need. Yeah, I think as of now this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine for us. Okay, this is the folder structure I need as of now. Okay, now let's try to get the API key. Okay, all of the API key I need. But before getting the API key, you have to set up some other tools as well. First of all, you have to set up this pgadmin download Windows. Okay, so whatever operating system you're using, you can download for that. Okay, so some error is coming. Let me search for again. pgadmin download for Windows. Okay. This server is down or what? I don't know whether this server is down or not, but here you have to download this pgadmin. Okay, somehow maybe you can use any different website. Yeah, so from here also you can download this pgadmin. So why this pgadmin is required? Because I told you I'll be using Postgres database for the checkpointer memory, my state memory, right? And I'll try to set up my Postgres over the render cloud. There's a cloud called render.com. So here I'm going to set up my Postgres server. Either you can use local database, either you can use remote database. So for this project, I'm not going to use any local database, because what local database happens if you restart your computer, so it will be disappear, right? So that's why I'll be using cloud-based database, and here we'll try to store the state memory as permanent. And render supports actually Postgres installation. You can easily launch the Postgres server and you can store actually all of the, you can create the database, you can store all of the conversation there. Okay, this is possible. So yeah, we'll be using render cloud for that. Okay, and if you want to see those are the data right, those checkpoints. If you want to visualize that, for this pg admin is required. Okay, so let me show you. I already installed pg admin. It's super easy to install. Only you just need to download, and after that you just need to do next. Okay, so let's say after downloading pg admin you will get an app, and if you double click you have to do next. Okay, if you do next, and you have to complete the installation. Maybe you have to give the password. After giving the password, if you complete the installation, you will be able to see these kinds of pg admin for app inside your computer. Now let me open it up. So that's how your pg admin looks like. Let me show you. So this is the pg admin interface. Okay, and here we'll try to connect with our database server. Okay, so previously I connected with some of the database server, that's why it's showing like that. But here I'm going to connect with my new created database server. See, this is my previous database server. Okay, so I'm going to cross everything and I'm going to create a new one here. Okay, so if you are launching for the first time, you will be able to see this kinds of window, guys. Okay, now let's try to install this Postgres over the render cloud. Okay, so make sure you create an account in the render. So I already have the account. I'll go to my dashboard, and if you don't have, first of all, sign up. Okay, sign up with this render and create an account. So previously I already created a database Postgres, and this render will give you one free instance, okay, for the database or any other application deployment. If you want to, let's say, host or let's say deploy multiple app, that time you have to take their premium subscription. But if you're taking the free plan, you have to only you can only launch one particular, let's say, database server. Okay, so for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete my old database server. So this is my old database servers. I'm going to delete it from here. So I'll go to this database. I'm going to delete it. Okay, go to the settings. So there is a delete option. Okay, delete instance or database. I'll have to confirm it and delete it. Okay, see, this database is deleted. Okay, now I'm going to create a new one. I'll click on new, and there you will see called Postgres. Okay, just click on this Postgres. You can give the name of this database. I'll give, let's say, same name, Agentic Writer AI or Agentic Writer. Just I'm going to give this name or AI. Then you have to give the database name. I'll give this name, Agentic Writer. So make sure you have to give small case, Agentic Writer. This is the name. And after that, you have to give the user. I'll give my user ID. You can give any name, okay, as your user. I have given ENTBappy. You can give also any other name. And if you're using free plan, you don't need to change anything. Just keep it as it is. Here in the plan option, just select the free one. And if you are doing for the actual project, guys, that time I'll suggest you go with the premium subscription. In premium, you will get more storage. Okay, more RAM, more storage you will get. So as of now, I'll just try to check for the free one. Okay, now everything is fine. I'll just simply create the database. Okay, now it is getting created. I have to wait for some times. Once this is live, I'll try to show you. If you're using free plan, yeah, definitely there would be some problem, right? Because nowadays nothing is free. But if they're giving some free, right, definitely some problem would be there. But for learning purpose, this is fine. But for actual application development, we are not going to use the free plan. Okay, definitely paid you have to use that time. Okay, now see, this is available. My database is running. Now what we have to do, guys, we have to connect this database with my PG admin, okay, so that I can see all of the database, all of the tables inside that. Because this doesn't have any kind of user interface so that you can visualize all of your database table and so on, right? So you have to connect that. So how to connect that? For this, you have to copy this external database URL. Now, this is my external database URL, and don't share this URL with anyone. If you're sharing with anyone, they will be able to access your database. So I'm showing you because after this session, I'm going to remove it, okay? That's why. Now I'll copy this external URL, okay? Let's copy this external URL and I'm going to paste it somewhere so that I can use it later on. Let's say here only, I'm going to paste it as of now. Yeah. Now, first of all, I'll connect with my PG admin. So in PG admin, just right click on the server, go to the register, click on server, give the name. So let's say I'll give my application name, AgentWriter. Then you don't need to change anything. Go to the connection. And here you have to give the host name, okay, where you will get the host name. So here you will have the host name, okay, after at the rate till here, okay, till here to here, till rendered.com. This is the host name, okay. Even you can also copy from here. You can copy from your render directly. So here you have the host name, okay. Just try to copy this host name and you have to paste it here. So this is your host name, okay. Let me check. I think this is fine. Okay, let me just verify guys one more time whether I have to give the render.com or not. Okay, so basically you have to provide this render.com till here. I'll just copy. See, after at the rate, whatever you have till render.com, you just need to copy and you have to give it here. Okay, as a host name. Okay, then by default, this Postgres run on port number 5432. Okay, I'll just keep it as it is. Then you have to give the database name. Okay, now where you'll get the database name? Again, you can get back to the database. That means your render server, and here you will see the database name. Okay, just try to copy this name and paste it here. This is the database name. Now you have to give the username. What is the username? This is the username. I'll copy this username and give it here. Then I have to give the password. Okay, now I'll get the password. Again, get back to the database, and here is the password. I'll copy this password and paste it here. Okay, now make sure you turn on this particular save password option, and everything just keep it as it is. Now simply click on save. Okay, now if you save that, you can see this AgentWriter is connected. Now if I open it, now I can see the database inside that. See, one database I created called AgentWriter. This is available. Now inside that, whatever tables and everything I'll try to create, everything would be visible here. Okay, in the schema section, all of the tables and everything would be visible here. Okay, so see, we have successfully created the Postgres server over the render cloud, and we successfully connected with the PG admin. Okay, I think till here, guys, everything is fine. Let me know. Till here, everything is fine. The database setup part, great. Okay, now you have to install another tool, which is this Olama. Okay, just try to install this Olama. Again, this is super easy to install. Just first of all, try to download and do next and install that. Once you install, just try to be with me. I'll show you okay what to do next. Okay, so Yeah, so these are the software requirement, guys, you need. Once you have set up everything, now we'll try to add the environment key. So here, what are the key I need? Let me show you. I need the Grok API key, Tably API key, Google API key, and database URL and LangSmith credential as well. Okay, these are the things I need. Yeah. So first of all, I'll get the Grok API key. How to collect the Grok API key? You have to go to the Grok website, and here you have the API key option. Just try to create the API key. Once you have created, just try to copy that, okay, and paste it here. Okay, this is your Grok API key. After that, you have to get the Tably API key. How to get the Tably API key? You have to go to the Tably website. Tably API key. Go to the website. Make sure you have one account. I already have the account. Here you have the API key. Just try to create and copy the API key and paste it here. Okay. Then you need Google API key. How to get the Google API key? Go to the Google AI Studio platform. Click on the API key. Create a API key. Copy that and paste it here. Okay. Then database URL. Where will get the database URL? The database URL we just copied. Okay. The external URL. I'll just try to cut it and paste it here. Okay. Then you have to give LangSmith tracing is equal to true. That's how your tracing will start. And I already taught you about this LangSmith on my playlist, right? Then LangSmith endpoint should be this one. LangSmith API key you have to get. Okay. How to get this API key? Go to the LangSmith platform, and left hand side you will see one option called settings. Okay. Now in the settings you have the API key section. Create an API key, copy that and add it inside that. Okay. And you have to give the project name. LangSmith project. I'll give my project, which is AgentWriter AI. Okay, AgentWriter AI. That's it. Okay, so this is the credential you just need to create here. Sir, this is a little bit difficult. See, this is not difficult. I will tell you to watch from the beginning again. Just try to be with your laptop and set up step by step with me. I don't think it would be difficult for you. Okay, because here we are creating real-time agent. Okay, this is not a toy project, so that's why here I'm using all of the real-time services. Okay. So definitely I mean you have to rewatch that video again. Okay. And I definitely believe this project will help you a lot. Trust me. If you're learning Agentic AI, if you want to become an Agentic AI engineer, this project will help you a lot. And in industry, right? That's how the projects are implemented. Okay. Now the same credential I'll copy, and in notebook folder I also created a .env file, and inside that I'm going to paste it. Okay, so that I can run all of my notebook. All right, now let's try to commit the changes in my GitHub. So yeah, so these are the commit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just try to commit. So let's say structure, edit, commit, and send the changes. Now I'll go to my GitHub, refresh. See, all of the folders and files are updated. Okay. Now see, our setup is ready. Now we can start writing the code. But before that, I'll try to close some of the tab. There are too many tab I have opened. This one I can close. And Olama also has the documentation. I'll open the documentation so that I can show you how to run the command. This thing you can close. This is also you can close. Yeah, Farooq. So Raza, so you can complete this project. I think it will help you a lot, okay, to develop your company project. Okay, great. Now let's try to start writing the code. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close these are the file. Now in the notebook folder, first of all, I'm going to create a notebook. I'm going to name it as, let's say, basic. This is my fast notebook. Basic blog agent. Agent.ipynb. Okay. See, directly I'm not going to create my actual architecture, the architecture I showed you. That means this architecture. Directly I'm not going to create this architecture, because if I feel like, if you want to understand this architecture, first of all, I have to break down this project into multiple parts. Okay. First of all, try to implement the simple agent. Okay. Then step by step, I'm going to add the complexity. That's how your understanding would be more clear. Okay. Instead of showing you the direct agent implementation. Okay. So here, first of all, here I'm going to create a very simple architecture. Let me show you this architecture. Let me take the code cell and I'll select my environment I created, which is AgentWriter. Okay. This one I'll select. Yeah. So see, first of all, the architecture I'm going to create one very basic architecture. I'm going to add it here. So this architecture, first of all, I'm going to create. See, here, what I'm going to create, first of all, user will give a topic. Okay. And this topic, see, this is my actual, let's say, workflow, right? This is my entire workflow. In this entire workflow, what I had, the router will decide whether it needs resource or not. If it needs resource, it will send to the orchestrator. Otherwise, it will directly send to the orchestrator, then worker, reducer, and so on. But initially, I want to show you without using any kinds of resource or router. I want to just directly generate a block. Okay. That means whatever topic user will give me, I'll give to my orchestrator. Okay. Orchestrator will generate the plan. Generate the block plan. Okay. That means these are the title. These are the subtitle. To generate a blog, how many subtitles is required, right? These are the subtitle it will generate. And all of the subtitle, I'll try to send to my worker node, and worker node will try to assign the agent. Assign agent, like how many agent it needs. Let's say generate plan has generated 8 subtitle. So here 8 agent would be assigned, and each of the agent will be working on each topic, right? Each topic. And once all of the topic it has generated, I'll try to send to my reducer. Reducer will try to take all of this topic, all of the 8 topic, and it will try to merge them. Okay, merge them. And this is the final block I'll try to print. Okay, I'll try to save as a MD file. This is the idea. Here I haven't added any image generation or anything. This is just a simple workflow. We'll try to first of all develop, then step by step we'll try to make it more complex, like this particular workflow. Okay, I hope you get it. Now let's try to do that. For this, I'm going to go open my Jupyter notebook, and here first of all you have to import all of the necessary library. So let me import all of the necessary library I need. So these are the library. I think you know, guys. I need annotation, operator. Okay, for the reducer operation. Then from typing, type, dict, list, annotated. Okay. Now don't tell me why we are importing this library, because in my playlist already I have covered this part. Okay. From the very beginning we are learning these are the things, right? We know that what the libraries are required. Then Pydantic we are using for the model validation. A Pydantic structure if you want to create an Pydantic tutorial also I have covered. Why Pydantic is required for AI agent. See, thoroughly I'll be using Pydantic here in this development. Okay, for the structure and all. Then from LangGraph we are importing state graph, start, end. Then LangGraph we are importing this send. And with the help of this send, actually we'll be creating the worker node. Okay. Then chat grok, initially we'll be using grok model. Then I'll show you how to switch to Olama model if you are having limitation error in grok. Okay. Then system message, human message. Then for PostgreSQL, I'm importing psy copg. Then we are importing, these are the functionality for the Postgres server. Then load env for the environment variable. Now let me load it. Okay, now it is telling you need to install some required IP1 related package. Okay, I'll try to install that. If you are doing it for the first time in your folder, it has to do some installation of the Jupyter notebook. Okay, let me complete it first of all. Yeah, those who are joining late, guys, please try to watch from the beginning because so many things we have discussed so far. And this is going to be a long implementation. Please be patient and sit with me. Okay, I want you to complete this project with me. I hope you will be enjoying a lot. And this kinds of live coding is always fun, right? I could have also recorded this video and upload, right? But I thought let's go live and show you this part. Okay, so it's done. We have already imported all of the necessary library. Now next, I have to create a function. This function basically loads my database URL. Okay, I think you remember I have a database URL here, the Postgres database URL, and with this particular URL, it will basically store all of my data to my Postgres server. Okay, I already created this Postgres server over the render. So here is my render, right? Yeah. And with the help of this URL connection string, we'll try to save all the information. We have to load that. And to load that, I have already written a function. So this is the function. And this function I also used in my previous project also. So what this function does, it will load the database URL. And see, if you want to store the data in the Postgres server, so at the last of the URL, you have to add this particular line, SSL mode is equal to required. Okay. This part you have to add. So instead of directly adding inside my URL, I am writing this function. So this function, what it is doing, first of all, it is checking whether this database URL is available or not. If database URL is available, it is adding this particular SSL mode is equal to required. Okay. To store my information to the remote database. Okay. And if you're doing it in local, that time it's not required. And otherwise, it will return you the exception database URL is not found. Okay. So this is a simple function we have created just to load the database URL. That's it. Okay. Now let me show you basically how this thing will work. Let's say I'll call this database URL. And if I execute, let's say I'll print the URL. See, this is the entire URL you are getting. Only at the last, it is setting this question mark and SSL mode is equal to required. Just to store your data to the remote. That means in my Postgres SQL, sorry, render PostgreSQL server. Okay, this part is required. Otherwise, you will get the error. Okay, if you check the Postgres documentation, they're telling this particular part. Now I'll try to delete this line because I don't want to show you my URL. Okay. Yeah. Now I'll try to load my Grok API key. So again, I have written this code. So basically this loads the Grok API key. And if Grok API key is missing in the environment variable, it will raise one exception. Okay. So this kinds of small try except handling you have to also add inside your code. Okay. Now see, to create a workflow inside LangGraph, you know that we need a state, right? Definitely we need a state. So let me show you this workflow I am creating right now. To create this workflow, I need a state. Now, what kinds of state you need? Let me show you. So this is the state, guys, you need. I'll paste this state. So here maybe I can keep. So this is the state. Okay. Now see, whenever user is giving any topic, what will happen? This topic will store where? To my state as a topic variable. Here you can see I have a topic variable. Now what it will do, this orchestrator will generate a plan. Okay. So this plan will try to save inside my plan variable, and plan is nothing but it's a plan object, and this is a Pydantic class we have created, guys. Okay, this is a Pydantic class we have created, and you know why this Pydantic is required. If you want to get a structured output from the large language model, exact the same output, that time you have to use this Pydantic. So please try to watch this video if you don't understand the Pydantic. Okay, I'm not going to explain this part because previously I already explained this part. Okay, so yeah, so this is a Pydantic object. So basically this plan I'm writing is a 2 section. Inside the plan, definitely block title would be there and some task would be there. You can see task is nothing but a list of the task object. Now again for task, I created another class, Pydantic class, and here I have told that how my task needs to be look like. Okay, now inside task, definitely task ID should be there, task title should be there, and task brief introduction should be there, like what to cover. Okay, so basically I'm giving a detailed metadata in my large language model to generate this plan. Okay, you can directly also generate the plan, but it should not be detailed, because if you see the median block, right, you can see this is something called detail plan. Okay, so in this particular, let's say, section, what are the things it has to write? In this section, what are the things it has to write? How I can identify with the help of this metadata. Okay, this metadata, we can identify this part. So this is the state for this particular workflow. Now let's try to define it here. Now I already defined the state. So first of all, I'll define my state. Now for plan also, I need to create a Pydantic class. Okay, for task also, I need to create another Pydantic class. Now let me execute them one by one. Okay. And here in the section, guys, why I have taken this section? Because in this section, whatever reducer will generate, sorry, worker will generate, right? Let's say worker will assign, here I told you, worker will assign different agent, multi-agent. Let's say it has generated 10 different plan. It will give you 10 different agent. 10 different agent will give you 10 different content, and you have to merge them together. Okay. So to store this 10 different content, I'm storing this state called section. So here I'm using this reducer concept, operation.add. I think you remember, right? It will add inside the list. And after that, after running the reducer, whatever final result I'll be getting, I'll store inside my final state. That means my final variable. This is the idea. Now let's try to initialize my large language model. Now here I'm using Grok Llama 3.3 70 billion versatile model. As you can see, if I go to the Grok platform, go to the playground, if we expand here, so see this Llama 3.3 70 billion versatile model, I'm using it here. Okay, and here we're passing the Grok API key. Now let me initialize that. Okay, now next we have to create the first node, which is orchestrator node. Okay, so let's try to create the orchestrator node. So this is my orchestrator node, and what orchestrator node does, it only just generate the plan. So that's why here I'm using the large language model, and I'm using the Pydantic like class, right? And to generate the Pydantic output, I have to use which is structured output, and here we are passing the plan. Okay, we are passing the plan and we're invoking the model, and we are giving the prompt, create a block plan with 5 to 7 section on the following topic. That means here I'm telling, just try to generate. Okay, try to generate, where is my block? Here, try to generate 5 to 7 topics like that for this particular title. Okay, and this will generate that as a plan. That means this particular section. This particular section. Okay, here, generate the plan. Okay, now after generating the plan, what I have to do, I have to send this at the plan to my worker. Okay, let's say I have generated 8 different subtitle. Now 8 different paragraphs should be created. Let's say for this title, this paragraph should be created. These are the topic needs to be discussed, right? For this title, these are the topic needs to be discussed. So how this thing will happen? With the help of this worker node. Okay, because worker node will assign the agent. Now how many agent it will assign, it will automatically understand from the orchestrator one. Okay, now see, for this code you have to add. Now I'll execute this code. Now this is the function I have written called fan out, and this will take this state. Okay, and this is also taking the state because this is a node, and you know LangGraph node needs the state, right? And here we are taking the topic from the state, and you can see here we are using the send function. I think I told you we imported the send function from where? From LangGraph, and this send function basically sends the task to the worker. Worker means the agent. Okay, and how it will get to know how many agent it needs to initialize? From the plan it is C. See, the plan I'm updating, right? The plan I'm updating here. The plan I'm updating, how many plan I'm getting? So that many of agent needs to be initialized. This code is doing that. So first of all, it is going to the entire plan. It is calculating how many plan it has. With respect to that, it will send all of the worker to that particular task. Let's say 10 different plan has created, 10 different worker would be initialized. 8 different plan has created, 8 different worker would be initialized. Okay, that's how this fan out function will work. That means this is the node we are writing right now. Okay, and LangGraph supports these kinds of work. Instead of calculating the agent number of worker, you can use the fan out function, okay, to automatically design how many worker you need for to complete that particular task in parallel. Okay, now let me define this work. Now after this fan out, to perform the worker, right? To perform the worker, what it does? Okay, worker basically, see this worker. What is this worker? Worker basically it's a node, right? As you can see, it's a node. And what is the work of this node? This node basically generate the subsection of a block, right? So let's say this is my block. It will generate all of the subsection, right? Explanation. So I have to write that particular function separately. So this is the worker node I have created. So here we are giving the payload. Payload is nothing but my fan out. Fan out is getting task, topic, plan. And we are invoking the large language model. We are giving the block, topic, section, brief, everything. And it is generating the block. And this block I am updating in this section. Because here, how many blocks should be generated? Let's say if my orchestrator has generated 8 different titles, that means 8 different topics should be created, right? From this worker. And all of the 8 different section will try to add inside the section. And we'll try to merge that later on. Okay, here. We'll try to merge that here in the reducer. I hope you are getting, guys. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, great. See, if you are watching for the first time, it looks it should look like a little bit complex, but I want you to go through this session again. I feel like you won't be having any kinds of problem. Okay, if you see it with your computer, if you do coding with me, you don't have any kinds of problem, and I'll share all of the code, guys. No need to worry. And trust me, if you can create this kinds of agent, this kinds of planning agent in industry, you can implement any kinds of AI agents. It would be easy for you, at least with LangGraph. Okay. And more framework I will also cover, like Crew AI, AutoGen I will also cover. No need to worry about that. Great. Okay. So those who have joined late, guys, please try to hit the like. Hit the like, guys, if you are liking the session. Okay. Now let's complete this next step. So I'll define my worker node. That means this node I have also created. Now I'll try to write my reducer node. Now what this reducer node does? Reducer node basically combines all of the worker output, okay, and it gives you the final block. Now this is my reducer node. Okay, so you can see reducer node is taking the state, and whatever plan and section I have added, it will take everything and it will generate the final block, and I'm saving as a MD file. Okay, it is returning as a final MD, right? Readme output. Okay, markdown output. Now let's define this reducer. And this is not a complex code, guys. This is a simple Python code I'm only written. That's it. Now my all of the nodes has created successfully. Now I have to define the graph. Okay, I think you know LangGraph. We have to define the graph. Then we have to compile the graph. Okay, now let's try to define the graph. So this is the graph, guys. I have already created. So I'm calling the state graph. We're passing the state. First of all, I have to add the orchestrator node. So this is the orchestrator node I'm adding. Then I have to add the worker node. We are adding the worker node. Then we have to add the reducer node. We are adding the reducer node. Then we'll do the edge connection. That means start to orchestrator, and orchestrator to fan out. Okay, fan out means the worker. Orchestrator to worker, and in between fan out is working to initialize the agent. Okay, for this we are using conditional edges. So conditional edges will basically try to decide whether how many agents should be initialized. Okay, how many workers should be initialized for that particular orchestrator. So this particular part will try to take care of that part. Then worker to reducer. You can see worker to reducer, then reducer to end, reducer to end. Okay, so that's how we have completed the workflow. Now let's try to execute it. Okay, now I think you remember, if you want to compile the workflow, first of all you have to pass the database checkpointer. That means whatever state you will try to save in the database in memory, right? Especially in database, it has to take the database connection, and this is the code you have to give for the PostgreSQL checkpointer. So first of all, it will get the database URL, and we already written this function. It will basically return you the database URL, and we are receiving the database URL. Then we are making the connection with my Postgres server, and this particular connection string we are saving giving inside my Postgres server. So this library we have already imported. I think remember Postgres server. Okay, and this will return you the Postgres checkpointer object, and this checkpointer object we have to pass inside my workflow. Now let me compile the graph. Now see, executed successfully. Now whenever I'll do the compile of my graph, that time I'll just try to pass this checkpointer, and this will return you the app object. That means the workflow. Now see, this is the workflow we have created. The workflow I showed you right now. This the same workflow we have created right now. Now let's try to execute this workflow. Okay, and see whether it is able to give me the blog or not. So if you want to execute the workflow, first of all, you have to define a configuration. In the configuration, you have to mention the thread ID. I think you know the threading, right? In LangGraph, I already explained in my playlist. So here, asynchronous programming, understanding LangGraph, iterative workflow, fast agent, persistence required. Okay, see, chat threading. Okay, and in the persistence also, I discussed this particular concept. Please try to go through that. So here we are giving the thread ID. So here I've given test thread ID. Okay, just to test this workflow. Now I'll try to invoke this workflow. So this is the code app.invoke. So this is my app object. I'm doing the invoke operation. We're giving the topic, write a blog on self-attention. Okay, so this is my topic I'm giving. And as of now, section should be empty because we are running for the first time, and we're giving the configuration file. So let's initialize. And this is returning you the output. So this output, I'm going to print it here after executing this code. Now see, here you will try to see one markdown file would be created, because at my last node, my reducer node, I was saving this MD file. Okay, let me show you. See, execution done, and one markdown file has created. Now if I open it up, this is your blog. Now if I do this preview, so that's how this blocks look like. See. Okay, so this is my fast workflow. With the help of fast workflow, guys, see, we have generated a basic block, guys, as you can see, and it has also some code, mathematical equation. See, mathematical equation code. Okay, this looks good, right? Amazing. Even you can also install some extension, let's say MD viewer, markdown viewer. So let me MD viewer. Okay, let me install this one just to open my markdown. Okay, you can see visually everything. Now if I open it up, Okay, it's not working. Why? Open preview. Now it's loading. See, that's how this markdown looks like. See, okay. Isn't it good, guys? Let me know. The fast workflow, but it is able to give some kinds of block. And this, see, this is kinds of amazing block, right? We are able to generate. Great. Now I'll show you how we can improve this particular workflow by adding some prompt. Okay, let's say here the prompt I have given, which is very basic prompt. As you can see, only some very basic prompt I have given, like write a one clean markdown section. Here I have given write a blog plan with 5 to 7 section on the following topic. Okay, I think we have studied about prompt engineering. So prompt engineering also helps us to uh, make better response whenever you are creating any kinds of agent, right? If you want to get a better response from your agent, that time you need to upgrade your prompt. Okay, the more good prompt you will try to give, the more good response you will try to get. Okay, now I'll show you this part. So here what I can do, I can create another file. I'm going to name it as 2 blog agent with with updated prompt dot ip ynb. Okay, yeah, so all of the code I'll just try to keep it as it is. Only the change I'll do inside my prompt, and in the state also I'll do some changes. Okay, I'll try to upgrade this section in a more detailed way. This is the idea. Now let me show you, but before that let me commit the changes in my GitHub. So here I'll try to commit basic blog notebook and it. If you go to the GitHub, refresh, so this part would be available here. Okay, amazing. Now let's try to work on the updated prompting part. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to import all of the library again. Let me select the environment. I'm going to import the same library. Okay, the library I have imported here, I'm going to import same library here. Okay, after that I'll going to copy the same function for my database URL. Then I'm going to load my Grok API key. Okay, then I'm going to define the state. Now see, right now I just updated state with some more metadata. Let me show you. So this is my actual state, and now I have to create the plan pydantic object. So this is my plan pydantic object. Okay, now here see some more update I have done. Let me show you. The previous plan was only block title and task, but right now I have added block title, audience, tone, and task. That means I want to understand which audience will be interested for this blog, and the tone of the blog, whether it is technical, practical, or what. Okay, and the task, and for task also we have to create the pydantic object. And right now I created this task a little bit more detailed. Let me show you. So this is the task. So previously only the task was id, title, and brief, but right now I added id, title, goal of this task, some bullet points. Okay, because if I show you some blog, right, See, in the block section, each and every section will have the information. It has some bullet point as well, right? So for these kinds of output, I'm adding this one, like bullet point, minimum length, maximum length, description, 3 to 5 concrete non-overlapping subpoint to cover this section. Okay, so this some metadata I'm giving to my LLM, so that whenever LLM is generating the block content, it should add these at the topics, okay, inside the block to like make my output more perfect, okay, more, let's say, technical. Then the target word, section type, and so on. So these are the information I have added inside my state, the updated state. Okay, so that's how I'm telling you, if you upgrade, these are the things, right? Upgrade the prompt and upgrade these kinds of metadata, you can generate more good quality output. This is what I'm just trying to prove here. Okay, now let me define. I'll also define this plan. I'll also try to define the state. Okay, yeah. Now I'll again initialize my Grok model, my Llama model. Then I'll write my orchestrator node right now, because if I show you, so see, this is what we are only creating. Now we have to create the orchestrator node. Let's try to define the orchestrator node. See, previous orchestrator node were like very simple, right? Only I've given a simple prompt. But right now the same orchestrator node, but I'll try to give it with a detailed prompting here. See, this is the orchestrator node. Orchestrator, the same code, only you can see the prompt I have changed. Now this is a detailed prompt, but previously it was only single prompt. Now see, this is the detailed prompt I have given. You are a senior technical writer and developer advocate. Your job is to produce a high actionable outline for a technical blog post. Hard requirement. These are the requirement. These are the things. Okay, each and everything I have generated, I have created. Okay, inside this particular, node itself. And how I generated this prompt, guys? I generated from ChatGPT. Okay, with the help of ChatGPT, I have generated this detailed prompt and I have passed it here. Okay, so this will basically give you the plan. That means this part, it will generate the plan. Okay, now once we have generated the plan, the next one I have to work on the worker. Now let me execute. Again, the fan out function will come. Same to same, no to change anything. Same to same. It will send the worker based on the task. Okay, how many plan it is generating, based on the task it will try to send the worker. And what worker does? Worker basically generates the each and every blog, let's say, content from each and every topic. So again, I will define my worker node. See, initially the worker node is very simple. Only have given a simple prompting, but right now this has the detailed prompting, nothing else. Okay, see, this is the detailed prompting I have added. You are a senior technical writer, developer, advocate. Write one section for of a technical blog post in Markdown, and blah blah blah. I have given each and everything as a detailed prompting, and I'm giving all of the meta information to generate this particular blog, and it is updating in the section. Okay, now let's try to execute. Now next, guys, I have the reducer. So again, let's try to work on the reducer. So previous reducer, this is my reducer, and the same reducer I'll try to copy paste here. Okay, reducer should not be changed. Reducer only merge the output. Okay, so that's why I'm not going to change anything. This is my reducer. Now reducer is done. Now I'm going to create the graph again. So I'll copy paste the same code. Okay, same code. Now I'll copy paste my database code to give the checkpoint. Then I'll try to compile the graph. Now can see same workflow we have created, only with the updated prompt. Okay, now I'll try to again execute. I'll give my configuration, giving the thread ID, and I'm going to invoke my app. Again, I'm giving write a blog on self attention. Okay, the same thing I'm giving. Now you'll see that this block output would be more good. Now I'll also print this output. Done. Now I'll print this output. Okay, so this is the output, and you can see there is another. See, this file is updated. Okay, because I'm using the same file name, so this file got updated. Now if I open this file, if I show you the preview again, see, right, this is like more detail. This is the better version than your previous one. Okay, now you can see it has the bullet point. See, it has the mathematical equation. See, each and every detail has explained in detail with the code explanation. See, code explanation. This is more bigger, right, than your previous one. So which one looks good, guys? The previous one or this one, the current one, the updated prompting? So definitely the updated prompting, right? See, amazing blog it has created, right? You can copy this blog and directly publish over the Medium. Okay, there should not be any problem. Even if you are writing by yourself, I don't think actually you can write like that. Okay, this is amazing, right? So nowadays nobody do manual task. Yeah, this one definitely great. Amazing, right? Even one more thing I want to show you, which is that you can see the step. This is the topic you have given. This is the plan your agent has generated. Okay, all of the plan. This is the final output. You can also break down this part. You can see. You can write app dot get state, right? Get state. So this will give you the all this state. Okay, it should receive the config. Config is equal to config. See, this is the state you are getting, right? In this state, you can see the topic. You can see everything. Your plan. Your agent has made the plan. Maybe I can store it in a variable. Let's say data. And this information I can show you here. Okay. This is the information. I can simply print it here. This is the information. Now you can see the entire execution, each and everything you can see in this output. Okay. So I hope guys you got it, how we are implementing this entire workflow. Okay. Now I'll do another update. So basically what I'm going to do right now, see, as of now, the workflow we have created, it doesn't have any kinds of research node, right? But now I'm going to create the research node. So I'm going to create this node exactly, this workflow. So here I'm going to create the router. Router will decide the topic I'm giving. See, right now the topic you are giving, it is directly going to the orchestrator. It is not doing any kinds of research operation. That means if you're searching for any latest information, that time it will not able to generate that, right? So if I want to also take care about the latest information, so I have to definitely use the research node, and this research node will connect some kinds of tool. Okay, internet search tool, and in this case we'll be using Tably search. So right now, if you give the topic, it will go to the router. Router will decide whether it has to use the research, whether it has to directly send it to the orchestrator. If it needs research, go to the research. Otherwise, it will go to the orchestrator. And if it is going to the research, research will generate some kinds of search title. Okay, let's say what are the topic it has to search. I think I showed you in my example, right? So these are the topic. These are the topic. For this particular blog, these are the topic. It needs to search over the internet to get the evidence. Okay, and with the help of this evidence, it is generating the entire blog. It is generating the entire plan and blog. Get it? So now we'll try to work on this particular architecture. This architecture. Okay, let's try to work on this architecture. So I'll close these other things. I'll also close this. Now let me create another file here. I'm going to name it as number 3. Okay, this is my number 2, right? Number 2. So I'll rename it to run number 2. I just need to give a dot here. Now I'll create another one. I'll name it as number 3. Blog agent with research. dot ipynb. Okay, now let's try to work on that part. Again, most of the code will be common, only the new update I'm going to add here. Okay, one by one. So first of all, let's try to import all of the library I imported previously, and I'll select my environment. Yeah, so these are the library, guys. I think you know you need, right? And let me import that. Okay, and one more thing I will do here, instead of using grok model, guys, because my limitation is already over. I executed previously. I know that if I execute this notebook, my grok will give you the error. Okay, why it will give you the error? Because I'm using the free plan. Okay, I'm using the free plan, and free plan doesn't need doesn't support so many token, because right now the workflow I'm going to create, right, it will have lots of meta information. That means in the research, right, in the research section, it will generate the evidence with the help of tabuli, and those evidence also I need to send as a input to my LLM, right? And if I'm sending, my token size is getting increased. And if you're using grok model has the input limit, right? Free model, especially the free API using, it is having the free token limit, and this token limit will be like getting crossed that time. Okay, that time it will give you the error. So to prevent this issue, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the Olama model. Okay, that's why I imported the chat Olama. Okay, but if you're doing it for the actual project development, that time you don't need to use the Olama. If you want to deploy this project over the cloud, because with the help of Olama I can't deploy, because Olama runs locally. But if you're taking the grok subscription plan, at least paid subscription plan, that time you don't need to use this Olama. Okay, and if you're using Olama, that means local model, that definitely there would be some generation limit. That means right now the output we got, okay, this is like very detailed output. Okay, at least from the grok model provider, it was a detailed output. But if you're using Olama gives you like more low quality output, because this is a local model. At least just to test your experiment, you can use Olama. So that's why I will suggest you go with any premium model here at least. But for this project, I will go with free services so that everyone can execute. Okay, I'm giving you different alternative. Now you can use any model. You can use OpenAI, grok paid API, Gemini paid API. It's up to you. Okay, this is my just clarification I have done. Now let me import them. Okay, now I'll again import my function for the database URL, this function. Then I will I don't need to load my grok API key, because here I'll be using Olama. Okay, so that's why grok API key, you don't need to import that. But here I'm keeping it for the optional purpose. If you want to use it, you can use it here. I'll comment this line. Okay, now I'll try to upgrade my schema. Okay, schema means my state. Now see, some more new state will come. Okay, let me show you. This is my final state right now. I think you know these are the state data, right? Topic, mode, need research, queries. Okay, these are the thing I have taken from my previous notebook, right? Only the new one I have to add here. See, this need research, actually I have added new one. Basically, this is the variable we have to check, right, from the router, whether it needs research or not. If it need research, I will make it as true. Otherwise, I'll make it as false. Based on that, my router will decide whether it has to send to the orchestrator, whether it has to send to the research node. Okay, that's why I've taken this variable. Then queries evidence. See, this is the evidence is nothing but your tabuli search result. Okay, whatever tabuli search result you will be getting, right? Because tabuli will search individually all of this query, right? So you can see in my agent, this research node will generate this kinds of search query, and every search query will be searched by the tabuli, right? So that time it has to also save inside my state. So that's why I'll save this thing inside my evidence item. Okay, then my plan, section, and final. Now evidence item should be another Pydantic object. Let me show you. This is my evidence item. Okay, you can see this is my evidence item. Okay, so this is my another Pydantic object. So inside that, my definitely blog title should be there, and which website it is referring, that URL should be there. When it got published, this information should be there, snippet should be there, and sources should be there. Okay. Yeah. And this will give you the individual actually search result. Okay, I have to combine them together. For this, I'm going to use another pydantic object, which is nothing but evidence pack. Okay, now what this evidence packs will do, it will combine all of the result and it will give you as evidence. That means one shot, instead of giving multiple result, it will combine them all together, it will give it to you. So this information I'll try to save inside my evidence. Okay, that's it. And whatever we have written, my plan and my task, it will be as it is from my previous notebook. So here I'm going to keep it, my task, okay, and my plan. Okay, this should be look like as it is. Okay, and one more thing I will add, which is nothing but my router decision. Router decision means this one. Okay, whether it needs research or not. Okay, if need research, what to do. So these are the information I'm going to save inside my router decision pydantic base model. So you can see this is a boolean, and what is the mode. Okay, this is what kinds of mode this blog is. It is a closed book, hybrid, or open book. Okay, closed book means this information is already available inside my knowledge base. Okay, that time I don't need to use my research tool. Hybrid means it is also available in my knowledge base and it has to also search over the internet. Open books means it is completely needs to search over the internet. Okay, this is called mode. And queries, what are the queries? These are the queries it will generate. These are the queries, okay, for a blog topic, for the search operation. Now let me define all of my state. So if you can understand this state, LangGraph is very easy for you. And I already told you how to understand this state, okay, in my tutorial, in my Agentic AI playlist. Please go through that. Okay, so I've defined the state. Okay, now I have to initialize my large language model, and I told you we'll be using llama model. Okay, sorry, we'll be using ollama here. And if you want to use ollama, guys, open up your terminal, clear. So make sure you have already installed the ollama. Let me show you the ollama. So this is my ollama app I already installed, guys. And you can see if you want to use any model, you just need to copy the command and execute. So here I need two model. Only, one model, which is nothing but my llama model. So this is the command. Let me show you this command you have to execute. So I'll try to add it here. First of all, you have to run the ollama list. So if you run the ollama list, it will show you how many models you have downloaded so far. See, I have total 3 model downloaded. If you don't have downloaded, if you're using ollama for the first time, you have to execute this command, ollama pull llama 3.18b. So if you can go through this ollama model list, right? Ollama model, ollama, it is having different model. Let me show you. Ollama. So there they have the model section. Now you can search what kinds of model you need. Let's say I need llama. So see, llama has having different variant. Okay, so here I'm using this llama 3.18 billion model. Okay, so you have to search it here, llama 3.1. Now 3.1 is also having different model. I'm using this 8 billion model. Okay, now if I click here, so this is the command, ollama run llama 3.18 billion. Just need to copy this command and execute in your terminal. Okay, if you do that, it will pull that particular model. See, for me, I already downloaded this model. It is telling it is already successed. Okay, but for you, it will take some time. It is around 4 GB. 4 GB model it will download. Okay, so once you have downloaded, now simply you can add this code. You can add this code. So this code basically loads that llama model from your local inference, and this is the URL. Basically, ollama is running localhost port number 1143.4, temperature and number of context window. Okay, this thing you can pass. Now you can initialize the model, and here guys, you have to change your model. If you want to use any other model, that time, okay, that time what you have to do, you have to change this particular model initialization. Let's say if you are using OpenAI model, change with OpenAI. If you're using Grok premium model, that means I showed you previously, right? Grok model, use this definition. Okay, so here I'm using Olama, that's why I'm giving Olama definition. Okay, so LangChain support all the model connection, guys. If you check the LangChain documentation, everything you will be able to see that. Yeah. Thank you so much for amazing session. Thank you so much, Zishan, for joining. Okay. Perfect. Now let's try to work on the next part. Now what I will do, guys, I have already initialized the model. Now, first of all, I'll try to define my router node. If I show you my architecture, so this is my architecture, right? So first of all, user will give the topic, it will go to the router node, and router node will decide whether it has to use the search research node or not. Okay, so this particular node we have to create. So I already created this router node. Let me show you. So this is my router node, guys. Here I have given a detailed prompt, guys. As you can see, router system prompt. You are a routing module for technical block planner. Decide whether web resources need for before the planning. Mode close book needs resource is equal to false. If it is cloaked, that means if information is available in the knowledge base, no need to use the research node. Okay. Evergreen topics where correctness does not depend on the recent facts. Okay. So that's how we are giving a detailed prompting here. Okay. Now this is my router node. It is taking the state and we are taking the topic. Okay. Each and everything. Then we are executing the model, as you can see. And model is giving you three things. One is the research, need research, mode, and queries. Okay. And where we are saving this information in my state. Okay. The state we created, I think you remember, this is the state, routing decision state. Okay. And one more function I also need, which is nothing but my router next. Okay. Because router will decide whether it has to go to the orchestrator or research. Now here I have written a condition. Okay. You can see router next. I'm giving the state. I'm first of all checking if my state need research is equal to, okay. If it is research, return the research. Okay. If it is true, that means return the research. If it is false, return the orchestrator. Okay. So this is the condition I'm checking. If my needs research is equal to true, return research, otherwise return orchestrator. If it is returning research, that time I will go to the research node. If it is returning orchestrator, I'll go to the orchestrator. That time research doesn't require. Okay. So this is how we are creating this router node. Okay. This is our router node. Now after router node, guys, what I have to create? I have to create the research node. Okay. Now let's say research node, what it will do, it will use the Tably search tool to perform the internet search operation. So let me define that code as well. And this code, guys, I already taught you previously. This Tably I already used previously, like how to use the Tably and all, right? So as you can see, Tably function I have written, it is taking the query, maximum search result will give you 5. We are hitting the Tably, invoking the Tably, it is giving the result, and I'm extracting the title, URL, snippet, publish, and sources. And these are the things I'm returning. Okay. Now I'm creating the research node. This is the entire research system prompt I have given. This is the research node. So here what I'm doing, based on the query, I'm performing the research. Okay. I'm using the Tably, and whatever evidence I'm getting, I'm storing in my evidence pack. Okay. And I'm returning that evidence. Okay. Because I created another let's say Pydantic object called evidence pack. Okay. So here basically I'm combining all of the evidence, whatever evidence I'm getting for all the topic, I'm combining them all together. Then I'm returning it here. That's it. Okay. Now let me execute the code. This is done. Now next, guys, what I have after research, now I will be working on the orchestrator again. Now same code, previously whatever code we have written, same code I'm going to write it here. Okay. Same code, same prompt, same orchestrator node. Basically it will generate the plan for you, for your blog. Okay. So after getting the blog orchestrator, I have to assign the worker, that means the fan out and worker node. So this is my fan out. Okay, it will basically define the worker, okay, with respect to each and every subtitle. And this is my worker node. Again, I've given a system prompt, detailed system prompt. This is my worker node. It is taking the task, plan, evidence, topic, each and everything. It is writing the blog for each section with this metadata. Now see, this metadata is huge amount I have given just to generate a detailed blog, and I'm getting the section. So once my section is updated, that means I'm able to generate all of the blog content. Now I'll try to give it to the reducer. Reducer will merge that. Okay. Now let me define the reducer. Now again, reducer node will as it is. Okay. There is no change. Done. Now I have to create the graph. Now this is the graph, guys. Now this graph is a little bit different. First of all, I'll add the router node. As you can see, first of all, I'm adding the router node. Then I'm adding the research node. I'm adding the research node. I'm adding the orchestrator, worker, reducer. Orchestrator, worker, reducer. Then I'll do the edge connection. Now start to router. Start to router. Now router to orchestrator or research. How I will handle with the help of conditional edges. I told you about that, right? Now router next will try to decide whether it has to use the research node or orchestrator node. Okay. Now research to orchestrator. Now research to orchestrator and orchestrator to worker. Orchestrator to worker. Okay. Now worker to reducer, worker to reducer, and reducer to end. Reducer to end. Okay. So that's how we are getting the entire workflow, entire graph. Now I'll try to give my database check pointer. Now I'll try to compile the graph. Okay. Now guys, see, this is the workflow I told you about here. Okay. So this workflow we are getting right now. So start, router, research, orchestrator, worker, reducer, and end. Okay. Now let's try to execute. I'll give the config. Let's say I'll give test ID is equal to 1. I've given. And I'll just try to invoke my app. So for this, I created a run function. It will take the topic and it is invoking my app. Okay. That means app object. This one. And whatever input is required, I'm giving everything. But these are the input I don't need to give initially. This is completely empty. Only I'm giving the topic, giving the configuration, returning the output. Let's execute. Yeah. Now I'll just run my run function state of multi-model LLM in 2026. Okay. Now I'm asking for 2026. So definitely this is the latest information. For this, it has to use the research tool, right? Now let me execute and show you. Okay, now see, it is basically using the research node, and that's why it is taking time, because it is doing research for all the topics. Okay, then it will generate the blog. Even you can go to the Tavily, even you can see the API request. See, I'm using this particular API. So initially it was, I think, I don't know what is the number, but it has become 60 right now. You can see. Let's wait. Okay, now see, execution is completed, and here it has generated the new block for me, which is this one, state of multi-model LLM in 2026. Okay, now if I open it up, if I show you the markdown, so see, this is the response I'm getting. Okay, see, but again, I told you I'm using Ollama model, and Ollama model has some output limitation. If you are using any other model, you will get some more detailed output, okay, instead of Ollama. Now see, it has also added the source. Now I can click on the source, I can open it up. See, it is using this kinds of research paper to give you the response. All the source it has added, okay, like a paper, as you can see, challenges, comparison, popular model LLM, okay, then future direction, research opportunity, and so on. Okay, so I will suggest you go with any premium model, guys. Here you will get much better output. Olama doesn't give you good output because this is a local model, right? Local inference model. That's why the output should be a little bit less than your previous output. But again, the quality of the output is good. Okay. Now it is using the sources, as you can see, because it has used my Tably search. So it is also giving the reference. Now just try to think about if you want to do the research, right? Manually. So how much time you need to spend on a topic, each individual topic? Lots of time, right? If you want to write a blog, maybe you need 10 days to write the blog. But if you need this kinds of system, if you have this kinds of system, in only 1 to 2 minutes, you can generate your blog and you can publish. Okay, great. So yeah, we have successfully added the research functionality. Now, one slight update I will do, which is inside my reducer node. Now I'm going to add an image generation functionality. Let's say the blog I have generated is completely fine. Okay. Now basically I want my agent to add image if it is required. Because if you see the blog, right, actual blog, you'll see that in between they will use some kinds of image, right? So this kinds of image. So my agent will automatically understand what kinds of image is required. It will add in that particular section. But again, for that, you need a Gemini premium subscription. I don't have subscription. I already used my free plan. I think image won't be generated for me, but I will give you the updated code. If you take the subscription, for you, it will generate. Okay. But let me add. And to add this, I'm going to use the subgraph concept, guys. So landing all agentic frameworks like Autogen, ADK, LangGraph, AI, Agno mandatory or any. See, you have to understand the market demand. Okay, right now the market demand is LangGraph, AI. These are the thing. Okay, so if you know this 2 to 3 framework, it's more than enough because LangGraph it is used mostly in every company. Okay, yeah, but having idea on different framework is good. Sorry. Okay. Now let's try to add the image generation functionality. So I'll use the same code, only I'll just try to add the image generation functionality. One dedicated function, or you can say workflow, I'll try to create and I'll try to use as a subgraph. Okay, this is the idea. So I'll close these at the tab. Now here I'll create another notebook. I'm going to name it as 4 blog agent with image gen. .ipy and take the code cell. I'll select my environment. Okay, perfect. Now let me quickly copy all of my source code previously, whatever I have written in my previous notebook. So I'll import all of the code. Now only things I have added here. Okay, I think I have added the chat Olama. It's fine. Okay, now let me execute. It's done. Now I'll add that database function. This is the database function. And now I will update my state. Now only 2 more state you have to update here. Let me show you. See, task, you know about task, right? You know about plan. You know about evidence item. You know about router decision. You know about evidence pack. Okay. Now 2 more like state, that means the Pydantic class I have added. One is the image specification and another is the image global image plan. Okay. See, if I want to generate an image with the help of large language model, I have to give some specification like the placeholder. Okay. In the description in my markdown file, where it how it has to I mean add the image. For this I need a placeholder. If you have already used the markdown, I think you know what is placeholder. Then the file name, okay. Then caption, okay. Then alt means it will basically tell you about the uh, image actually quality, okay. Image quality means, let's say, uh, I mean, if I'm able to generate an image, right? So basically this image has some metadata. So one of them is alt. Then caption. So let's say if I want to generate an image, I need to give a prompt. Let's say I need an image that will have a graph. This graph will have, let's say, this tools, okay. So these kinds of caption you have to give, and you also need to give a prompt, okay. Prompt to send to the model so that it can generate that particular image. So if I want to go generate the image from ChatGPT, definitely I'll give a prompt, right? With respect to the prompt, my image would be generated. Then you have to define the size of the image you want to generate, then the quality of the image you have to generate, okay. So this is the specification you have to give, and for this I have created a Agentic class. And every what will happen basically, for every, let's say, section, it will try to generate the image, okay. So instead of giving this image specification as an output, I'll create another final class that will my global image plan. So basically this will give me only that particular image object, okay. Instead of giving all of this meta information, it will only give me placeholder and the image object, the image name, okay. And this is the image specification object, as you can see, so that I can use that image inside my markdown, and your agent will automatically store inside the markdown only, okay. So yeah, this is the slide update you have to do. Once it is done, then I will try to define my state. So this is my final state right now. Only things I have added, which is nothing by my image specification. Now let me initialize that. Then I'll define my large language model, my chat Llama. I'm using Llama 3.18 billion model. Now I'll define my router nodes. I think you know this router nodes. This router nodes we are defining. That means the same code. Okay, I'm copy pasting from my previous notebook. This is my router nodes. Then after that, the resource node. That means the tably. The same code as it is, I'm copying. Then I'll use my orchestrator. That means my planner. The same code I'm copying from my previous notebook as it is. And also the fan out. Okay. Now my last means the worker one. The same code again I'm copy pasting as it is. See. Okay. Now the reducer one I have only changed. Let me show you. See, previously the reducer was like that. Only it was merging the content, right? But right now it has to also generate the image and add inside my blog, right? So for this, I have upgraded this reducer with this particular code. As you can see, merge content, it will do definitely. That means this part it is doing. Apart from that, here I'm trying to generate the image. Okay, what kinds of image it will generate, it will automatically decide. Then with the help of Gemini, you can see I'm using Gemini 2.5 Flash image generation model. And here is the code for that. It will use this Google API model, Google API key. Okay, this one. And for this you have to take the premium subscription if you want to generate the image, because this is not free one. Yeah, free you can generate at least 3 to 4 image you can generate. After that it will not give you to generate the image. So it will give you the generated image. After that we are generating and placing inside my blog. Automatically it will find a section where it has to update the image. It will update it and it will return the final markdown file. Okay, that's it guys. This is the only update you have to add here. Now see this part. What I will do guys, I'll try to use as a SubGraph. Okay, this part I will use as a SubGraph. How? Let's try to show you. So first of all, here I'm going to create a graph. As you can see, I'm creating the graph, state graph, and here we are adding the node. First of all, we are adding the Mars content. That means the Mars content we have created. This Mars content, okay? Then after that, we are adding another node called decide image. That means which image to be created. Then I'm adding another node which is generate and place image. That means it will generate and place the image inside my blog. Then after that, I'm adding all of the nodes. That means start to Mars content, Mars to decide nodes, decide image to generate image, generate and place the image, and generate image and place to ends. Okay, then we are compiling the graph. Then we are what we are doing, we're returning the reducer subgraph. See, for reducer, I created a subgraph for the image generation. Okay, and this is the workflow for that. Start to merge content, decide image, and generate and place the image. Now I'll create my actual graph, which I created previously. That means this graph. This graph. I think you never this graph, right? Router, research, orchestrator, worker. Now you can see in the reducer, initially I was passing like that. In the reducer, initially I was passing the reducer node. But right now I'm giving the reducer subgraph. You can see the graph I have created, I'm passing as a subgraph. Okay. So that's how this subgraph is working to create the multi-agent. And now my complexity is like high, right? The workflow we have created, it is getting more complex, more bigger. That's how instead of running in the let's say same graph itself, I'm creating a separate graph and I'm using as a subgraph. And this concept I taught you here. Please try to go with this recording. You will be able to understand about the subgraph. So here we are using the subgraph concept, guys. Okay. Now let's try to build the graph. Now I'll compile with my database. Then I'll try to compile. Now see, my workflow has created. Now this reducer is not a simple reducer right now. It has a separate graph connection. Okay. And we are using as a subgraph, and it is also generating and placing the image inside your block. Now let me test again. I'll just try to run my configuration. Let's say the trade ID I will give 2 as of now. Then I will run my workflow. So here I've created the run function. We are giving the topic and we are executing the workflow. And again, I'll give another prompt here. Self attention in transformer architecture. Okay, let's say this is my topic. Now it will generate the block. But for me, image won't be visible because I already occupied my free limit. Okay. But I don't want to purchase the premium subscription. That's why I haven't purchased that. But if you want, you can purchase. So let's wait. See, this is my final workflow, guys. This workflow will be using to create my backend.py. Okay. And on top of that, we'll try to create our app. And guys, if you want to connect me, so this is my LinkedIn profile. So you can connect me here. The link is given already in the description. Otherwise, you can search with my name, SubGraph. If you want to connect with me, you can connect me here. You can also follow me to get regular updates. And I also created a WhatsApp community group, guys. So let me show you. This is my WhatsApp community group. So here basically I post about my upcoming session, upcoming videos, and I already give all of the materials, class materials, everything. You can also join my community. Okay. Link is already given in the description section. Please try to check from there. Okay, still it is running because it is also generating the image. Okay, and it will fail definitely because I don't have API limit, but it will not give you the error. Okay, this is the best part. See, image folder is created. Okay, but inside that there is no image because of why? I don't have API limit. But if you take their premium subscription, definitely you will have the image. Now my blog is ready. Now here is the blog. I think it has updated this blog only. Okay. Image you won't be able to see because I told you I don't have API limit. But again, okay, blog quality is good. Okay, not bad. Fine. Now let's quickly convert it as a my app. Okay, FastAPI app. So here I have already created a backend.py file. So in this backend.py file, guys, what you have to do, the same code you have written so far here, you just need to copy paste. Okay, same code, you just need to copy paste in that backend.py. Okay, no need to change anything, same code as it is. So let me show you. I already copy pasted. See, this is the same code as it is. Let me show you. First of all, I'm importing all of the library. I'm creating the get database URL function. This is my schema, that means my state. Okay, plan, evidence route, router decision, evidence pack, image specification, global image plan, state. Okay, this is my model definition. This is my router node. Okay, this is my research node. This is my research node. This is my orchestrator node. This is my fan out. This is my worker. Okay, this is my reducer with image generation. That means the separate workflow we created, right? The Gemini model. Same, whatever we have written in my notebook, I'm just copy pasting inside my app.py. See, sorry, backend.py. Same, see, nothing changes as it is. See, as it is, we are copying. Then after that, we are building the reducer graph. After that, we are building the main graph and we are giving as a subgraph. Then we are initializing the database. We are giving the check pointer. Then we are compiling and returning the app. Okay, app object. Now this app object I will try to import inside my app.py. Okay, so yeah, so this is your backend.py. Okay, now I'll update my app.py. Okay, now I already created the FastAPI app, guys. So definitely you have to have knowledge on FastAPI. Okay, I'm not going to explain about FastAPI. Maybe in future I can create a tutorial, but as of now I'm expecting you know FastAPI. Okay, so see, I created this route. So basic of web app implementation knowledge you required here, guys. Okay, so here I'm importing all of the necessary libraries. Only the import I'm doing the backend. Okay, from the backend I'm importing this app as workflow. So I think you know that I created this app object. Backend VA CKEND. Hmm. Hmm. This is fine. Backend import app. It's fine. Okay. Now here, basically we have to set the templates and static all of the folder I have created. So inside that you have to give the HTML code. Inside that you have to give the CSS, and inside that you have to give the JavaScript. Okay. Now I told you, if you don't know about the front end development, if you don't know about HTML, CSS, it's completely fine. Simply open the ChatGPT and tell like I need this kinds of user interface. ChatGPT will give you that. Just try to copy paste the code inside that. Okay. So for me, I already created a user interface. That means this user interface for you. Okay. So I'll try to move my code. So first of all, I'll update my HTML, and all the code I'll share in my description, guys. Okay. So this is my HTML. This is the detailed HTML for that particular page. And I need also the CSS design. So this is the CSS design. This is the design, color, background, each and everything. And to manage my front end to back end, I need a JavaScript code. So this is the JavaScript. And again, if you don't know about JavaScript, it's completely fine. But those who understand, I think you can understand, okay, what I have written. So these are some function I have written just to communicate with my backend server, okay? And this is my backend server in the app.py. This is my backend server. Okay, now you can see I'm adding the logger. I'm initializing the FastAPI, mounting the static, okay, image folder, then templates folder, okay, some schema I have created, then serialization object I have created, SSE event I have created. Why SSE event I have created? Because here you saw the streaming output, right? Streaming output means it was upgrading this thing in the real time, right? So in my state. So if you want to do that, you have to create the SSE event for that. And how to create the SSE event in FastAPI? If you don't know, you can simply search a tutorial, you can get that. Okay, so this is the entire FastAPI route I've created. See, this is the FastAPI route. This is my homepage. This is my health check. This is my API run. This is my download object. That means you can download any file here. So let me show you. You can download any file. Okay, so for this, it hits that particular route, and we are running with the help of UVCon. This is my host, localhost, and port number 8000, and reload is equal to true. Every time if you update, you don't need to stop the application. Automatically update will be reflecting inside your app. Okay, now let me show you how this thing will work. So I'll stop my previous execution. Then I will execute my new app. So Python app.py. Okay, one error I'm getting, which is what's the error? HTTP SSL. Okay. Okay, this error actually happens. So for this, what you can do, there is a code you have to add. Let me show you. This code you have to add. This is actually happens in Windows machine mostly. So this is the code you have to add in the backend. Okay, you have to import this certify. Now I don't think it will come. Let's see. Okay, again coming. Let me check. Not getting why this error is coming. Okay, it is coming from chat Olama. Let me close this. Okay, it's coming from Olama, guys. So I can remove this line. I think it's required. Okay, Olama self file. Okay guys, now it has executed. I restarted my Olama. Now application is live. Now if I show you localhost port number 8000. See, this is the application. Okay, it's live right now. So sometimes Olama, I mean, happens like that. Okay, so for this you have to restart the Olama simply. Okay, now let me show you whether it works or not. So here I will give a blog topic. Let's say I will give this production ready RAG system with Postgres. Now simply I'll just click on run agent. Now even you can also stop the agent. Now see it's working. Let's wait. See, now it is generated the search topic. Now it is researching over the internet. Thank you guys for your appreciation. We need more or run JS to implement this AI system project. Not exactly. You can either use simple HTML, CSS. Also, you can use any front-end framework like React, Next.js. Okay, anything can be used for front-end. So we don't need to worry about the front-end development because there would be front-end developer. We only just need to know the workflow implementation, the workflow we have created so far. This one, okay? The workflow we created so far. This workflow you have to know. See, Tably also getting request, right? So Tably also I'm using free API. So free also has some limitation. So continuously I'm hitting okay since morning. So maybe that's why it's getting slow a little bit. Right now it is searching over the Tably. Now it has prepared the research sources. Now it is creating the article plan. Even you can see the sources, right? Whatever sources is it has prepared. See some amazing research paper it is also referring. Also see medium blog post also it is referring. Okay, now plan is done. Now it is executing the plan one by one. Okay, all of the blog subsection is getting created and it is running in parallel. See, and all of the data, I mean checkpoints you can see in your PG admin also. Just now go to the table, okay, and you can see the checkpoints. Okay, now if I view all rows, okay, you will be able to see the checkpoints. Okay, let it execute first, then I'm showing you. And in LangSmith also, let me show you the LangSmith. It is tracing my app. Agentic writer, it is tracing my app. Okay, you can see the tracing as well. All the threads you can visualize. Now it is merging the content and generating the image. It is in the reducer phase right now. So how is this application, guys? Let me know. Did you like this application? Sir, I am done the generative AI. Now I want to move to agentic AI. Can you tell me the roadmap? See, simply you just go through my playlist. Okay, the link is given already description. So here I already given you the roadmap. Then after that I started the complete agentic AI course. Okay, yeah, you have each and everything. Only you just need to give the time and learn. So how is this project, guys? Did you like it? It was helpful. So see, my blog is ready. So this is the blog, Postgres database, the documentation, code. Okay, it's amazing, right? See, now if you want to download as an empty file, you can download, you can copy that, even you can see the markdown format. Now simply open up your Medium and you can start writing the blog. After that, you can publish. Okay, now let me do it, quickly show you one blog I can publish maybe. So I'll copy this markdown. So this is my title. Okay, this is my title. It's coming like just a minute. This is my title. Now you can give this story. Okay, so here you can copy. You can write your story, but definitely you have to I mean finalize that, because Medium supports some of the formatting. Okay, you can format, so each and everything they have given for the formatting, you can do the formatting. After doing the formatting, okay, simply you can publish the blog. Okay, and your blog would be accepted. That's how people are writing the blog, guys. Okay, and just do it continuously. Definitely you can start earning from Medium. Okay, yeah. So now let me show you my Postgres. So I can load my PG admin again. So this is my server, Agentic Writer. And currently I'm inside checkpoint table. Now see, this is all of the checkpoint execution message. It is already storing inside my Postgres database. Okay, everything is live, guys, right now, guys. Okay, now this project you can deploy as it is, the way I showed you the deployment here. So I think I showed you the deployment as well, right? Deploy Agentic AI chatbot free on render. Even you can also deploy as a CI/CD. But only things you have to do, you have to change this Olama model with any provider. Okay, either you can use OpenAI, either you can use Grok, either you can use Gemini. Okay, don't use Olama because Olama runs on locally. So after changing it, you can refer this video as it is for the deployment. Okay, I'm not going to show the deployment, guys, because deployment I already covered. Please, if you want to deploy over the render, you can see this one. It's completely free to deploy. If you want to deploy as a CI/CD over the AWS, you can see this one. Okay. Yeah. So yes, guys, that's how our agent is ready, and we are able to implement our multi-agent AI system with the help of SubGraphs and so many tools integration. So how was the project, guys? Did you like it? Do you want this kinds of project more? It was helpful, guys. If you like it, please hit the like, all of you. Please hit the like and please try to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed it yet. So I want, guys, by this year 100k subscriber in my channel. So for this I need your support. So definitely if you're supporting me, I can achieve 100k subscriber, and after 100k subscriber I have lots of plan in my channel. I will show you so many things. Okay. You'll get surprised definitely, for sure. So many plan actually I'm creating for you. So many project actually it is in pipeline. So for this definitely I need your support, and please try to share this content with your friends and family, all of you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Yeah, let me know what you want to know about the MCP. So what is the difference between CI/CD and render? See, the CI/CD one is the custom CI/CD deployment. You can set up all of the server and each and everything, and render actually takes care all of the CI/CD part. You just need to just configure and deploy. If you go through that recording, you will automatically understand. I have assigned to build an integrated workflow that takes customer booking details, uses MCP to check staff members' calendar in Salon, then shows the customer which okay. So for this you can connect with me over my LinkedIn. Just give me a message. Definitely I will discuss with you about the project, and I will give you some of the idea. Okay, because in live it's not possible to give you the entire walkthrough of that. Where I can find the code would be available in my GitHub. So let me update my GitHub, guys. So all of these things are ready, so I'll update. Even I will update the readme file by my copilot. So simply I'll just tell update the readme file for this project like a open sourced repo. So let's update and also commit the changes. See, this kinds of readme update, you can simply use your agent in VS Code. You can upgrade because it will automatically read your source code. Okay, by understanding the source code, it will update the readme. So you have to be enough smarter nowadays because you have the agents. Okay, you have to utilize the agents. Hi, what is the required for the current job as a fresher? So this part I think I already discussed in a live session in my channel. You will get. Let me show you. If I go to the live section, Agentic AI interview preparation. Okay, so please go through that. Mansuri. Okay, there I answered all of your question. Please go through that. Okay, so this is done. I'll keep the changes. Now if I show my readme file, if I show the preview, now I think this is updated. Okay, now let me commit the changes. Readme file updated. Commit, send the changes. Done. Now I'll go to my GitHub. Refresh. So see, my readme is also updated. And now see, it looks good, right? It's like an open source repo right now. So that's how you also need to upgrade the readme, because by the readme itself, people can understand your repository. Okay. Now I want you to deploy this project, guys, by seeing this tutorial. And if you found this content useful, please tag me over my LinkedIn, and please try to subscribe to my channel, guys. This is my request. Yeah, there is a way you can integrate computer vision with GenAI also. Can you share the GitHub link? Yeah, so GitHub link I can share. So this GitHub link would be available inside my community group. Okay, so this is my community group. So here I'm going to share my GitHub link. So please join the community and get this link, guys. Okay, link is given in the description. So if you open my video description, let me show you. So this is the description. If you just go below, so here WhatsApp community link is mentioned. Okay, just try to click here and join the community and get the link, all of you. Because I can't directly share in the chat. If I share in the chat, so there is a community strike. So that's why I'm sharing in the group. Okay, and even you can search my link GitHub like EntBappy. This is my profile. Go to the repository section and get this AgentWriter AI. No, this is only English channel. Okay, English video will come up. So okay guys, this is all about from this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much guys for watching this, and I will see you with the next implementation guys in another week. Thank you so much guys. Good night. Have a nice day. Bye everyone. Take care.